Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imani and I love all things planner and self-care related. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss new content. In today's video, I want to do something a little different. So this first full week of August was super hectic for us. Timber, who is my beautiful, beautiful puppy, who is not a puppy because he's 7, 8, but he's still my puppy. He's still my baby. He hurt his leg, so we were kind of working through that with the vet and just monitoring him to make sure he's better. And if you've lived long enough, you know that honestly, life just lifes sometimes and it's really hectic. So I did not pick up my planner the entire first week of August. I did pre plan for it and I actually planned out the things. I just did not look at it throughout the entire week. So we're going to back plan. And I don't think I've shown that on my channel before. So I'm excited to show what that process looks like. And then we'll plan for the upcoming week. So, if you're new to my channel, you may not know that I like to invite you to do something that is calming for you while we plan during this video. So if you're a planner like me, whether it's paper or digital planning, grab your planner. You can definitely plan with me, but you have options too. If you just want to knit or draw or color, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Just grab something that is calming for you, grab a beverage. I have a nice cup of tea right here, and let's get started. So, one thing that planning has taught me is that there really are no rules. Whatever you want to plan, whatever planning looks like for you is your personal journey, right? We all are inspired by each other, which is great, but I do think we all have our own flares and our own twists and turns on different styles of planning. For me, back planning looks like going back throughout the week to just mark down things that were notable and things that I will want to remember in the future. And then some days I might just write an affirmation or a quick summary of something that happened that day, especially if it was great and I want to remember it. So, like, for example, Thursday, Ian and I went out on a date. I'll probably write that down, right? Because we had a great time and it was absolutely beautiful. And then Thursday, I'll probably just write down that, we needed to call the vet about Timber's leg just to check in. So, things like that are what I want to plan because I can look back and say, okay, I know these important things happen and I can either carry them on or cross them off. Or on the other flip side, right, I'm looking back at it and saying, wow, what a great day or what a great memory. So, back planning is truly whatever you want to make it. As you can see, I didn't even finish this part of my planner. My goodness. Okay, so give me a few moments. Let me think back to what I did during the prior week. I also have my laptop open here as a pre plan, so I'm going to refer to that too as well. Before we pre plan, let's work backwards on sort of my monthly overall tracking. So, this is my gratitude log. I really do need to be filling this out every day, but when I'm not filling this out, I do journal. So, I can recall what I wrote in my journal just to mark some things down. So, I know like Thursday, I had a great, or Tuesday rather, I had a great therapy appointment. It was very great. So, that was really easy to remember. And then whenever I struggle to remember like what happened that day, I'll pull out my journal and see if I journaled that day because that's usually a big help too. But also looking at my virtual calendar on Proton Calendar helps because then I can look back and say, okay, I know this day we had a date night, so and that went well. And then I know on Monday I volunteered and that went beautifully too. So things are easier when you're writing in multiple places, but I definitely want to check in on this page more often than not throughout August. Going back to the habit tracker, I couldn't remember whether I did sign language lessons all throughout the week. I know there were some days that I was practicing on my own, but I do use an app, not sponsored, but it's a great app that's been helping me at least learn the basics of ASL, and that is ASL Bloom. So I really like that app. I just can't remember using it. So I'll look after I film the video to see whether or not I can recall doing any lessons in the app. Again, I know I practiced on my own, but I just can't remember which day that was. So I'm not counting it because I want to be truthful here. This is the first. Oh, hmm. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to update that, but this is the calendar view here. I don't have anything to update, so we just left that blank. I did update my intentional self care tracker. I think I did a really good job of not limiting myself because sometimes I hold on to very like strict definitions, like in a very black and white way. And if I would have told myself only one thing could go on here for intentional self care, this would not be as filled out. There are definitely days where I don't do any of these things, which includes reading Bible, meditating, moving my body, whether that's stretching, getting a walk out, or a phone call and FaceTime as like social self care. I can't remember what I did on the 5th, which would have been that Wednesday. So we're just leaving it as is, which is okay. I do think I went on a walk that day though, and I can't remember if it was that Tuesday or that Wednesday. So we're not sure. We're not sure. It's fine. So I want to flip to the first full week in August so that I can kind of back plan this. As you can see, look, it looked beautiful. We definitely had some great pre plans there. I had Philippians 2 and 3 written down as my verse of the week. And then life happened. So I'm going to kind of backdate and write down important things that happened, quick summaries of things, blase, blase, and then we can get to planning for the upcoming week. So, back planning this week actually was a little different because I did have a lot written out. So, I was able to go through and just sort of crossed off things that I got accomplished. If there's a squiggle line, I still use that to indicate that something was canceled. So, I was able to cancel that first to do. This is honestly it for the pre plan. Here, I will say for the daily habits, if I couldn't remember doing it that day, then I just sort of left it blank as is. I know I took my meds and my vitamins every day this week, so I felt comfortable doing that, as well as reading the Bible and then reading for fun or pleasure. I know I definitely got that accomplished too. I just couldn't remember whether I did a full 5 to 10 minute stretch routine each day. So we're just going to leave that blank. We're going to leave that blank. It's okay. But here I was able to just kind of write in a few additional things that changed. And then here was just a quick summary of the therapy appointment. I wrote that was very eye opening, and my homework that my therapist has me doing. I just wanted to write down that I wanted to continue tracking per her instructions. So this is the pre plan. We love it, but we're definitely going to do a different sort of theme for the following week. So I'm really excited to just jump in and get started. What's funny is that as soon as I started recording, or by the time I started recording, I completely forgot about what theme I wanted to do. So I was like, let me just grab a pen. I grabbed the pink one. I was like, let's just make it all pink. And this is the result. So, not necessarily what I was going for. I was leaning towards a cool toned themed week, but it is what it is. We can definitely do that next week. But let's just walk through this quickly. So on the left here, I have a daily habits insert. This is from Infinite Lotus, and this helps me to track some of my daily habits. There are habits that I can do any time of the day, like reading Bible or just reading, drinking water, and praying. That can happen at any time. But there are certain things that I do prefer to happen at certain times of the day, especially my meds and my vitamins. If you have been following me for a bit, you know that I think I used to put this at any time of the day or just like honestly Monday afternoon or night, morning, afternoon or night, excuse me. But I've realized that when I take my meds and my vitamins in the morning, I feel like I have a little bit more energy. I'm not sure if that's a placebo effect, but it's been working for me. So that is sticking with the morning. And we will track that over time to see if there's maybe like a benefit for me. On this page is where I have the plan. So habits on the left, the tasks, meetings, to dos, and reminders are on the right. I want to make sure I get some self care movement in. So that's going for a long distance walk. I want to call the vet back again, noting down some important anniversaries and birthdays. You can see what I wrote here. I love pink, so this really does work for me. And I'm really, really glad that I switched to the Infinite Lotus inserts because having all of my week on one page is super helpful. Much, much better than kind of having a week on two pages for me. So this is such a good change. We like change over here. So thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, if you have any questions about the products you've seen, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to let you know. Happy to share some links and some information. I don't know why this was not going in. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.